Once, there was a young eagle living high in the cold mountains who dreamed of flying higher than every bird in the sky. Every morning, he stood at the edge of the cliffs, watching older eagles glide fearlessly through the clouds. The way they moved through storms, the way they controlled the wind, it fascinated him. More than anything, the young eagle wanted to feel that same freedom. But there was one problem. Every time he tried to fly higher, the wind threw him back down. Again and again and again. Sometimes the wind pushed him into rocks. Sometimes it spun him out of control in front of other birds. And every failure made him feel smaller. At first, he kept trying. But slowly, the mountain became a painful place for him, because every day he watched younger birds fly better than him. Birds who once admired him now passed him easily in the sky. Some even laughed quietly when he crashed. "He still can't control the wind," one bird whispered. "Maybe he just wasn't born strong enough," another said. The eagle pretended not to hear them, but deep inside, their words stayed with him. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And the eagle continued failing. The higher he tried to fly, the harder the wind fought against him. One evening, after another painful fall, the eagle sat alone near the edge of the mountain, staring silently at the skies. His wings hurt, his body ached, but what hurt most was watching everyone else succeed while he remained stuck. For the first time in his life, a dangerous thought entered his mind. Maybe I'm not meant to fly high. The thought terrified him, but slowly, he started believing it. After that day, the eagle stopped trying. He left the high cliffs and moved lower into the mountains where the winds were calmer. There, life became easier, thusly safe, quiet. He no longer crashed into rocks, no longer embarrassed himself in front of others, and for a while, that comfort felt good. Whenever strong winds passed through the mountains, the eagle simply hid beneath trees, while others continued training above the clouds. Slowly, he convinced himself he was happier this way, but deep inside, something felt wrong. One cold afternoon, while searching for food near an old cliffside, the eagle noticed another bird, sitting quietly on a rock. It was an old eagle. One of his wings carried old scars, and his feathers were rough from years of surviving storms. Yet his eyes looked calm, powerful. The old eagle watched him carefully. "You avoid the wind," he said. The young eagle looked away. "The wind hates me." The old eagle gave a small smile. "No," he replied softly. "The wind was teaching you." The young eagle frowned. "Teaching me what?" "How to survive the sky." The eagle stayed silent. The old eagle slowly stood up and looked toward the dark clouds moving through the mountains. "You think strong birds are born fearless," he said. "But every eagle you admire was once thrown from the sky. The difference is, they learned something every time they fell." The words hit the young eagle deeply, because he had never looked at failure that way before. To him, failure meant weakness, embarrassment, proof that he wasn't good enough. But now, for the first time, he wondered if maybe every fall had been trying to teach him something. The eagle could not sleep. The old eagle's words kept repeating inside his mind. "The wind was teaching you." The next morning, something changed. For the first time in months, the eagle returned to the high cliffs. The winds were violent that day. Cold air crashed against the mountains. Other birds stayed away from the dangerous skies, but the eagle stood there quietly, afraid, yet determined. Then slowly, he jumped. Instantly, the wind struck him hard. But this time, instead of fighting it blindly, he paid attention. He noticed how the air moved before changing direction. For hours he practiced. Sometimes he still failed. Sometimes he still crashed. But now every mistake taught him something new. And slowly, the eagle began understanding the wind instead of fearing it. Days passed, and little by little, the eagle improved. The same wind that once threw him down slowly started making him stronger. For the first time in years, confidence returned to his heart. But one night, everything changed. A massive storm suddenly hit the mountains. Violent winds shook the trees. Rain crashed against the cliffs. Birds panicked everywhere. Many tried escaping, but lost control in the air. Fear spread across the mountains. Then the young eagle looked toward the storm and realized something. These were the same winds he had struggled against his whole life. Except now, he understood them. Without hesitation, he flew straight into the storm. While other birds fought the wind in panic, the eagle moved with it calmly. Again and again, he helped frightened birds reach safety. And slowly, the birds realized something unbelievable. The eagle they once mocked was now the one surviving the storm better than anyone else. Hours later, when the storm finally passed, the exhausted birds gathered silently near the cliffs. The young eagle stood at the edge of the mountain, staring at the sunrise, and finally, he understood the truth. The wind was never trying to destroy him. It was preparing him. A few moments later, the old eagle landed beside him. "You understand now," he said softly. The young eagle nodded. "If I had never failed," he whispered, "I would have never learned how to survive the storm." The old eagle smiled. "That is why failure matters," he said. "And here is the lesson. Many people think failure means weakness, so they quit. But sometimes failure is training. Sometimes life is preparing you for challenges you cannot see yet. Every mistake teaches something. Every fall makes you stronger, but only if you choose to learn instead of giving up. Because the people who survive life's hardest storms are often the ones who failed the most before them.